Hello again, and welcome to the corner studio here in my garage. And I've got a new necklace. You can see it's not a new necklace. It is actually my Ricoh WG-80 camera, and you can see I put a couple of Peak Design buttons on here, and I have been using it with the model that they call the leash, and it allows me to just put this camera on real quick and walk out of the house with it, and you hardly know it's there because this camera only weighs about 7 ounces, and there's the end of it, the profile. Why'd I buy this camera? Well, pretty much I've been wanting something that was small and portable, and that was pointed to a point and shoot, and I've been wanting one with a little bit of capability. Now, I live here in the sunny Pacific Northwest, and as we get some rain some time of the year, the rain starts in November and it pretty much lasts for a few months, and I wanted something that was utterly rainproof, and this camera is rated I'm going to look at the specs here on the side of the box, 45 feet. It's waterproof to 45 feet, so unless I'm drowning, I'm not going to be taking this down 45 feet. The other aspect of it, it is shockproof, so I can put this camera at a little bit of risk, and if it falls out of my hands and lands on a rock, it should be okay. I'm not going to test it out just to try it, just to see if it is completely shockproof, but I'm going to place a little bit of trust in the fact that they're marketing it as a waterproof and shockproof camera. Now, I'm going to put my glasses on here and look at my cheat sheet because I want to roll through a couple of specs. It's a 16 megapixel sensor. It's a 1/2.3 inch BSI CMOS sensor. This is a 2.7 inch screen on the back. It is a 28 to 140 lens, and so far I have been shooting this at mostly 28 because I find when you zoom that optical zoom in at the back end, it doesn't seem to me like you're getting very much out of it. I have taken some pictures and a little bit of film, and if I can get those ready for this video, I'm going to drop them in. Alright, this is a pretty sure thing. I'm going to put nuts in here sometimes that squirrels will come. So we're testing the new Ricoh camera. Alright, I've set up the WG-80 on a tripod and just shooting a short clip. What you're hearing now is the camera's onboard microphones. And we're back. So you saw a couple of clips that I've shot with this camera, and what do you think? Its video is 1920 by 1080 at 30p, so that's respectable. In fact, everything about this camera so far feels respectable. The only quarrel that I somewhat have with it so far, and I knew it going into this, is that I'm kind of dependent on a viewfinder. I learned that back when I had the Nikon Z30, and I'm not sure how well ultimately I get on with cameras where I don't have a viewfinder, but I'm going to put a concerted effort into using and getting used to this. Probably I have to either shoot this thing on faith with no glasses on, or I have to have glasses on and concentrate on the screen. One of the things I've noticed about this, the screen, this is 2.7 inches and 230,000 dots. It's not going to show you, the screen is not going to show you as good a view as what the camera is actually taking pictures of or shooting video of. I've already proved that by doing some test shots, putting them on my computer, and being surprised at how nice they looked. The camera has two compartments. This is one. It's got your charging port and an HDMI. I think that's a mini. And the bottom one here is for the battery and the card, and this is a Pentax battery, and I don't know how long it lasts. I have, as I often do with cameras, I take them out and shoot them a little bit, and I get the battery out and I start charging the battery. At least that's how I would do it with my Nikon Z6 II. This one, you have to plug it in. So what I do is when I've been playing around with it for an hour or so, whatever, I bring it in and I just remember to plug it in. So that doesn't get you the information of how long the battery lasts, because I don't tend to test batteries to that point. The storage is accomplished with a regular full-size SD card, not a micro SD, which I really appreciate that. Let me look at my list here and see what I'm missing. Really, it looks like for, this is not an unboxing. It's barely a first impressions because I've only been playing with it for a few days, but it does have a screw hole input here on the bottom, and you can put a plate on this thing and you can shoot it right off of a tripod if you desire to use it that way. And because the camera is so light, I don't even think that makes any difference that it's kind of offset here. And I didn't tighten that down. That's why it's got a little bit of a wobble left in it there. But so far, I'm well pleased with this camera, and the price point I've kind of waited. You could look this thing up, but I paid about $300 for it, and I felt like that was reasonable for its stat sheet and its waterproof qualities and shockproof that you get with it. And it's one of those things I'm going to be looking at, testing, and using this camera a lot more going forward. And as I do with all my stuff, I'll probably fold this back into a Friday evening camera talk or whatever down the road. I might do another video just with this camera, and in a month, 2 months, 3 months, whenever, and we'll certainly revisit this topic again and talk about this camera some more. But so far so good, and I'm really just liking the way this thing is performing so far. And that said, I'll invite you to subscribe to the channel, and certainly come join us again for new videos. And all right, let's test this bow tie effect here. Would this work as a bow tie? I don't think so.